Flow state, man. Flow state. A lot of people talk about it. What is flow state? Out here in Las Vegas, if you can't tell, and that's a Conrad back there, in the Encore Towers. Out here doing a podcast. You'll see. We got a good one launching in with Sean Kelly. Great dude. We're talking about some interesting stuff. Aliens, man, the debt, energies, religion, habits, all that stuff, man. So it's going to be a good one. But out here, man, things were just going smooth and steady. And it got me thinking about flow state. I was just coming up from the gym where, man, reflecting back on them, I was here for a few days. Everything just was going, man, clicking in. The trip out here, I'm out here with Brittany and the baby. They're actually out here in a room with me right now on this trip. And the travel out here, smooth. The packing, the getting in the hotel, the this, the that, the going to the podcast, the dinners, whatever, everything just running into old contacts, man, out here. Because SHOT Show's out here at the same time. I wasn't here for that, though. Just clicking in. And I think back of all these times in my life when things were just friction-filled, man. Friction-filled. And, well, as we talked about quite a bit, that friction is caused by misalignment, that unaligned living. So therefore, if you're operating in a fluid state, right, flow, what is that? Flow, to move unimpeded, to move without friction, seamless movement. I think it's very interesting to think about what flow actually is, flow state. When time's passing super quick, man, right? Time flies when you're having fun. That's saying, why is that, man? Because you're in flow state. You're in a present moment, and time starts to lose its meaning. Time, you start to get disconnected from that clicking of the clock. You're not clock watching, man. When you're engaged in massive purpose, when you're engaged in a massively important moment in your life, time moves pretty damn quick. That flow state. So it got me thinking, man, how do we tap into this flow state all the time? Is it possible? You got gurus in India and monks up in the mountains, man, that talk about this flow state, right? Meditating for hours and this and that. Now, I don't know about sitting down for hours and meditating. But can you move in flow state? Think about times in your life when you've been going about your day, operating in your systems, in your job, going home and family, and things were just clicking. Things were falling into place. The dominoes were just moving. Why is that? Identifying the reasons why is very important. First off, you're in a good vibrational state, guaranteed. You weren't riddled with anxiety. You weren't thinking too much. You weren't overthinking, deep thinking. You were strategizing. That's good. You weren't overthinking. You were moving in purpose. You're operating in the present while understanding the importance of the future. Not living in the past, or if you are, it's just to identify a lesson learned. Not dwelling in any one state. That really is that flow state, man. And, man, I'm in it right now. I'm in it this weekend. Down there, working out, feeling good. The time's moving and grooving. And I want to identify, man, how do I bottle this up, capture it? How do we communicate it? Man, somebody out there who's watching this, man, if you're in this friction-filled time in your life, today, weeks, or whatever, identify the reasons what is causing that friction. Remove it from your life. Start there. You got to start by removing the friction. You cannot get into flow state operating in friction. Now, what causes friction? People, places, things. People, places, things. First off, remove the people in your life that cause you massive friction. They're fucking anchors. Get rid of them. Places that no longer serve you, cause you shame and regret. Get rid of it. Things. Things that are holding you back, that are anchors, that are stopping you from becoming your best self. Man, it can be as simple as food. It can be as simple as food. It can be alcohol, drugs, whatever. Something that's stopping you from operating in that flow state. You cannot be in flow state living in states of guilt and shame. You cannot climb up that ladder on the map of consciousness if you're caught in the guilt shame loop at the bottom. Impossible. You also got to get honest. Saw a Zen quote today, which I really liked. I like dropping in some Zen quotes in my morning process because they're simple, direct, and you can derive a lot from them in a very short period of time. This one today said, "You do not seek enlightenment. You simply need to drop your illusions." Drop your illusions of whatever is clouding your vision. That can be, this person's good for me in my life, but they're really not. Look at them for what they really are. This thing that you've been doing, it serves, no. Identify it for what it really is. Drop the lens that is causing you a biased view. Drop that biased lens, first off. That's going to immediately remove a lot of frictions when you see things for what they really are in the clear. Once those frictions are dropped, now you can start to identify what the next strategic move is for your life. Maybe it's a change in location. Maybe it's a change in career. Maybe it's getting into that fitness program. Maybe it's all the above. Maybe you need a complete overhaul. It's definitely some change, though. It's definitely not stagnation, and it's definitely not comfort seeking. Maybe you got to make that investment. Maybe you got to invest in that new business. Maybe you're going to have to do something that scares you, and it's going to be stepping outside your comfort zone. Pain avoidance is what causes psychosis. And if you're in any frame of psychosis, that's depression, anxiety, all these ailments that we see that are so prevalent in this society. Man, it's pain avoidance, it's comfort seeking. You can't be in true flow state. You can't really be in any flow state if you're in any of those frames of mind or experiencing those states. Remove the frictions. Start to identify, man, okay, what is my next move? Man, it doesn't have to be some massive purpose, man. Start by just living right. Tell you what, your real purpose is to live your best self and live in an excellent way. That's true purpose. And then you show others how to do the same. That's the goal of all this, man. And that rising tide lifts all ships, man. Then you're just flowing. That flow state, man, tap into it. Identify the things that are holding you back from it, and then click into it. And then if it's working, man, stay doing it. Be smart. Out here from Las Vegas, Nevada.